I want to talk about the material science involved in this particular type of implantology. Now, there are two things. One is the quality of the implants, the quality of the restoration that we are going to place on top of those implants. All implants are made from titanium. Why am I so fixated on the Simpladent implants, Simpladent made in Switzerland? Is because the Dr. Stefan Ede, who has designed the implants, who has looked into the metallurgy of these implants, is a scientist by himself. He has studied this subject deeply and come up with this particular formula. It's a winning formula. The titanium implant is made of Ti6Al4V, which is a grade 5 titanium, medical grade titanium, and it is also having the extra low interstitials, which means there are no impurities inside. Once there are no impurities inside, after the machining, the implants are very strong. They will not break under tension over a long period of time. So, which means fatigue fracture of those implants will not happen. That's one of the reasons why we are going to use this. The restoration part is our choice. We have various materials. One is for single tooth. We can use zirconium. In zirconium, we have monolith zirconium, which is unilayered or multi-layered zirconium. I prefer to use multi-layered zirconium for the simple reason that you can just simply machine it and you can use liquid ceramics to color it exactly, and you will have a very highly aesthetic restoration which is very strong, and zirconium is a biocompatible material. So along with the titanium, when you put the zirconium inside and it touches the gingival margins, the gingival margins just simply adapt around the zirconium and there is no inflammation around this type of restoration. I simply love this. Next is we can use the porcelain fused to metal restorations, which is the regular ceramic crowns with a metal interface inside. There is a substructure of metal and ceramic is layered on top of this. This is a time consuming procedure and it is labor intensive. You need to have a very good technician to do that. The earlier one, what I was suggesting, the zirconium part, is fully digital. You can design it, you can do a good design on a CAD software, and then you take this to a milling machine and it gets machined on that, bring it back, center it, and you can directly fix it inside the patient's mouth. So which means the time required is a few hours. If you can place the implant in the morning, by the evening a single crown can be ready. If it's a section bridge, if it's a slightly longer bridge, maybe next day, 24 hours, you can fix it. When it comes to a full mouth rehabilitation, the choices are once again varied and it is quite confusing. Now, based on the interarch clearance for every patient, which will be different, of course, for a small built patient where the jawbone is larger, the clearance will be lesser. Where the jawbones are highly attreated and very less bone is there, the amount of restorative space available will be more. So, the choices we can make, we can have a hybrid prosthesis, we can have a metal ceramic prosthesis, we can have a zirconium prosthesis, we can have a composite prosthesis. The choice is depending upon the doctor now. What I would prefer the doctor to do is we have to make the implants to be rigidly fixed. There are three cardinal rules in the corticobasal implant system. The 3-day system requires the implant to be placed in a very stable second cortical. You have to fix these implants together with a very rigid framework, and you have to load these implants along the long axis of these implants. Okay, so now the choice of material and the way it is going to have the wear and tear is really important. When you select a very rigid material like zirconium or metal ceramic, the force distribution along the plane of the biting surface is directly transferred onto the implant from the implant into the bone. So it is called as the bone implant prosthetic system. This directly transfers the force into the bone. It should get transferred on the entire framework, not in one single area. This gets transferred on a softer material, it happens more smoothly. So if you are using a composite material, I feel the wear resistance is a little lesser and it is more forgiving on the bone itself. So I always prefer to have a full mouth rehabilitation. My first choice is a composite hybrid prosthesis. If I need to change it into a zirconium, I would wait for a year or two once the implants are fully integrated and I have X-ray proof that all these implants are in perfect place. Then I would remove this framework and go for another framework based with zirconium. Since zirconium is a highly brittle material but is really strong, I would prefer to have a metal substructure and you cement the zirconium monolith, multi-layered monolith zirconium on top of this and fix it into the patient's mouth. This is a really good way of doing, but it's like progressive loading over a period of time.